Hello everyone, welcome to Cross Blitz, a card game kinda similar to Hearthstone or Inscryption. It's got a roguelike mode and a story mode. I like this game quite a bit. I followed it ever since the demo on Steam came out, which I think was about 2 years ago. Anyway, there aren't that many people who play that game on YouTube, which I think is a bummer. So I decided, you know what? I am gonna start my own series. I haven't played in a couple of months, but I know that there's been several updates. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the story mode, because one of those updates is a new story campaign. So you can see that I've played the campaign for Redcroft and for Violet and for Quill. Maybe at some point I'll reset those campaign and show those as well, but I think for now I'm just gonna start with a brand new campaign. Seto, a virtuous warrior monk from another land, always putting justice first. And after I'm done with the campaign, I'm gonna showcase the roguelike mode as well, which I'm very fond of. I've played a little bit of that campaign when it was out on the beta branch of that game, but like only maybe the first third of the first chapter. So it'll probably be a little familiar in the beginning, but after that it should be brand new. Right, let's begin. Our objective: find the maps to safely make your way to Frostfall Shrine. Seto, the virtuous monk from a faraway land, is approaching the final destination of his pilgrimage. Having arrived at the bustling village of Finn Lockley, it's only a hop, a skip, and a jump to Frostfall Shrine, a sacred temple situated atop the highest peak of the surrounding mountain range. Rishu, Seto's master, is rumored to be staying there. However, the trek through the mountain pass is a dangerous undertaking. What surprises await our hero at the final few steps of his journey? I will say at this point that the stories won't be particularly mind-blowing or anything. They're more like a device to set up the gameplay. So just so you know, don't expect this to be Undertale or whatever. But the gameplay loop is very fun, and I still think that the dialogue is fun to read. So, Seto, at last I've arrived at the doorstep of Frostfall Shrine. It seems my pilgrimage approaches its end. I must have faith that Master Rishu will be there. And we have a map and our first battle against Nilby, who is one of the characters you can play in the roguelike mode. So let's see what Nilby's got. Seto arrives in town and is immediately overwhelmed by the aroma of freshly cooked food hanging heavy in the air. As he takes in the sights, sounds, and smells, he fails to notice the red-haired stranger approaching him from behind. Where to now? The mountain path to Frostfall Shrine should be nearby, from what I was told. Hey, blue boy! Huh? Do my eyes deceive me? Nail me? The one and only! How's it hanging? Didn't expect to bump into you here of all places. And neither did I. How long has it been? 2 years at least. Doesn't look like you've changed much. You're here for the tournament? Tournament? No, I'm on a pilgrimage to Frostfall Shrine. I've heard that Master Risha may be there, and I was hoping to find him. You're clueless as ever, Seto. The tournament is at Frostfall Shrine. Warriors from all over the island are participating, myself included. Though it's the first I've heard about Risha staying up there. You mean Master Risha, Nilby? You must be addressed with the proper respect. If you say so. Anyway, you should join the tourney too. Perhaps I shall. It would make a fitting test for all I've learned on my travels. Right on. Hey, you know what? Why wait? Let's have a sparring match right here. You wish to fight now? Heck yeah, I do. What better way to see how much we've grown to a good-hearted brawl than a good-hearted brawl between old friends? Alright then, if you insist, I won't hold back. So, our first fight, you're gonna see the mechanics. So, we draw 4 cards at the beginning, but we can mulligan. So we can select cards to discard and draw new ones. I've drawn a card full of spells only, which yeah, that's not very good. I want to have minions to do damage, so I'm gonna discard 3 cards. I'm gonna keep one of those spells, and yeah, that's looking better. So the way it works is we have 4 lanes, and each of those lanes has like a front line and a back line. We can place minions, and they'll just attack whatever is in front of them on the opposing enemy lane. And in order to play minions, we have to spend mana, and it's kind of like Hearthstone, where on the first turn you start with 1 mana, on the second turn you'll have 2, and then 3, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, let's just play this Shelfer Novice, just a vanilla 1-1, nothing interesting. It's the first fight, so not much special is gonna happen. And you saw there, Naomi played 2 creatures. So she spent 2 mana. That's because we started the game. She'll get a coin, basically. So she can cash that in to spend an additional mana as compensation for starting second. Alright. I can... What I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna block the opposing Shelf and Novice. These 2 will trade. I don't want to play my 2 mana creature. As you can see, this has a special effect, Focus. Focus is something that activates whenever minions on the board die. And once enough minions die, they'll gain some buff. In this case, when 4 minions die, this unit gains extra stats. So I want to try to play it later, and this fist can freeze enemies, which isn't very useful right now. So let's just end our turn. Then he's just gonna spam some more 1/1s. Alright. Let's... I guess I will place down 1 Moki. Nim is very soon gonna run out of cards, so once that happens, he's not really gonna be a threat to us. And I think the first enemy in those campaigns always has a deck that only consists of these 1/1s. We can actually see the deck. Yeah, 13 Sharpen novices, so not much will happen. And well, this one's almost ready to go, so we'll place down that Moki. He will die, which will activate our Nilmi. And then we're also going to be one away from activating our Moki. So, Nilmi has got Hot Hat. Hot Hat just means that they'll immediately attack if there's a minion. They will not attack the enemy hero. That's another effect, which is Rush, basically a stronger version of Hot Hat, but yeah, we'll just clear this lane. And Nilmi's special ability is that whenever one of our minion dies, like this will die right now, she attacks again. So this will deal 2 damage, so she'll be at 1. Which means that next turn we are probably going to win. So I'm actually gonna place down our second Moki. Because we are probably going to get lethal next turn. And I want to try to get some overkill, because whenever you deal more damage than the enemy has remaining health, you'll get extra money for that. So, Moki dies, Nilmi attacks. Nilmi is at 1. Doesn't even block any of our minions. And we can... well, there's no way for us to deal more damage than we already have on the board, so we just end our turn. And we win. So, right, these are accolades, basically extra missions. You get, one of those will always be defeat the enemy, and then there'll be extra things. In this case, it was just to kill some enemy minions. Sometimes it's to defeat the enemy within a certain amount of turns, or only take a limited amount of damage. So, and a lot of these will also encourage you to play specific deck archetypes. We'll see. And you can see I got $1,000 for doing these accolades, and those $15 are for doing overkill damage. It's not a lot, but it will stack up throughout the game. So, yeah, also mana shards and timber ore, those are resources that are used to craft extra cards later on, so we can add other cards to our deck. Oh man, this sucks. Maybe I should have cut that 12-hour training session early. Still feeling a little worn out. 12 hours? You're tougher than you look, Seto. I've got to stop underestimating you. Thank you, Naomi. You're quite the martial artist yourself, and you seem to have mastered a number of new techniques. Where did you learn them? Invented them myself. The buckets of blood, sweat, and tears. But I'm keeping the best ones a secret for the tournament. Guess you'll have to face me then to see what else I've cooked up. I look forward to that moment. Say, Nilmi, would you like to travel to Frostfall Shrine together? It would be nice to have company on the last leg of my journey. Sure, why not? A training partner by my side would go a long way in getting me in tip-top shape. Wonderful. Let's look for a pathway into the mountains then. Alright, let's go. Next map node. There's a shop. So you can see there are a couple of icons. I think this is just a card shop, so we're going to be able to buy some new cards. Come on, come on! I have the most delicious cards for sale. Oh, a card shop. Why don't we take a look? Customers, how wonderful! And by the way you two are dressed, you must be professional martial artists. On your way to the tournament, I take it. Yeah, that's right. You're looking at the future champion herself. How splendid. You certainly carry the vigor of a champion. With such innate strength, you hardly need any extra help, I'm sure. But why not peruse my card collection anyway? With the proper cards, a champion like yourselves would be elevated to the status of super champion. I like the sound of that. Sure, let's see what you got. Super champion? Tell me, your ambition knows no bounds. Right, so we got a Kindle Dueler, Swordmaster, which attacks diagonal spaces, and Focus 2 gain Hothead. And it's a 2/3 for 3 mana. So stats are a little bit below the curve, meaning that basically what you expect is that attack and health are gonna be equal to whatever the cost is, and if they have particularly strong effects, they'll be balanced by having lower stats, although I don't really see the use for that. I mean, Hothead is fine. Swordmaster can backfire because it can attack your own units. We got Brunborg. I really like this one. This one I already know from the roguelike mode. So guard. Guard means you take less damage when the enemy hits your face. And you can also draw a random focus card. So it can get the cards that benefit from your own units dying quicker. So you can power them up quicker as well. And Harmony, silence all minions and traps. So that just removes all special effects and turns everything into just a meat stick. Both on your side and the enemy side, but can be quite helpful if the enemy has something with a very strong ability, or if the enemy has something that has scaled up very far, because it also removes any stat bonuses a unit might have gained. Let's see what my starter deck looks like. So 30 cards, we've got some Shelf Analysis, we already saw that, some Frost Fists, Smokies, Jab, which is a burn spell, so it deals direct damage, which gives you another more expensive and stronger burn spell. And it actually goes up to a pretty strong 8 mana 10 damage spell, which can pretty much end a fight. So like this, Nilmi, that's our legendary here. A couple of Cyclone Blasts, which is just a spell that can clear some enemy minions. And Contender, which scales up on the board whenever our minions die. So I think I want to replace some of those Frost Fists because we don't really have any synergy with freezing minions. So I'm going to buy a couple of bronze swags, and I think I'll just buy the entire stock. You'll see there are those little crystals in the corner. Those blue ones in this case. That's the rarity of the card, and oh, didn't want to buy that one, but anyway, that just indicates how many copies of a card you can have. So commons, you can have 8 copies of that card. Uncommons, you can have 4. Rare, you can have 2s, and legendary, only 1. So I'm gonna take out some of these Frost Fists and put in some Brunswicks and another Cyclone Blast. And actually I'm gonna put in Harmony. I mean, might as well. Maybe it'll save us some trouble. Famished Fish. Ugh. So hungry. Excuse me, sir, would you happen to know where we could find the patch to Frostfall Shrine? We're a bit lost. No, too hungry to talk. Must eat. What's wrong with him? Need food now. He's heading straight for us. Watch out. So we're fighting some kind of zombie fish. And yeah, I'm okay with this. We got a 1, we got a 2. We got some board clear. I think I'll see whether I can get something better than a second Sharper Novice. Yeah, I'm happy with that. We can actually get quite a bit of overkill if we stall this fight. Like if we bring down the fish to 1 HP and end the fight with our 10 damage spell, that sounds like a plan. So now we are starting second, so we get 1 extra mana. I'm not gonna spend it yet. You can spend it anytime you want. And I think I'm gonna use it to get my spell up 1 turn earlier. So, enemy has played a Famished Fish, which eats neighboring minions to power up its own stats. If we can get a Silence spell, we can actually remove those boosts. I don't think we need to do that now. It's just 1 fish, but I'm assuming that, yeah, there are gonna be some more Famished Fish which might eat each other and keep buffing themselves, so let's see. I'm willing to take a bit of damage, and oh, all right, that's, yeah, ouch. But our missions are defeat the enemy, play 2 brawler minions. We can definitely do that. Trigger 1 focus effect. So I have 1 focus minion in my hand, so that's gonna be very durable, I hope. If our enemy ever bothers to play something in our lane. We don't have any missions that require us to not take damage, so I'm fine with eating those 4 hit points. Okay, very nice. Our Sharper Novice is gonna trade, and that will give us 1 tick on our focus trigger. I don't think I want to play a contender because they might scale up to too much and end the fight prematurely. I'm just gonna get out Brunswick. Okay, I was hoping that we'd pull Milmy because she requires less focus hits, but that's also fine. And the Clucky gets eaten. Get another Brunswick. And let's just block the lane. And, well, now it doesn't matter that we pulled Milmy. Right. I can actually punch my own Brunswick here to stall the fight, which I think that's what I'm gonna do. It will also get me another trigger on focus. Enemy only has 2 cards in hand. No, they have 0 cards in hand. And right, let's play Moki to trade with the fish. I think that's enough. Right, so we get our focus mission, we already have our 2 brawlers out, so now I'm just gonna end it with an apex strike. Victory! And we level up, so we've got a leveled grid. The way these factions work, so this is the blue faction, is each faction has a couple of archetypes. We already saw a little bit of the focus archetype, so that's where you have minions buff themselves whenever your minions die. And we have the frost archetype, which has a lot of frost spells, increasing your damage against minions, or also the hero if you manage to freeze them somehow. And then we have 2 archetypes that aren't unlocked yet. What I want to go for long term is this cooking archetype, because it's pretty new. There's nothing like that in the roguelike mode yet, or wasn't before the updates. And there's also a very neat combo that we're gonna see later that I wanna try out. I hope it didn't get nerfed after the beta branch. If it didn't, it's gonna be hella fun. But for now, let's just get a couple of focus cards. Freeze can also be very fun, but I think right now we don't have enough resources to really make use of it. Also, you can respec your level 3 at any time, so don't worry about saving up points for later. You can just use them, and if you want to get a different build going, just reset the points. Forced to defend themselves, Seto and Nilby knock their attacker to the ground. He groans once more before he's slowly getting to his feet. I need more food, more sausage. That was unexpected. He tried to bite me. What a freak. It's clear he wasn't feeling well, and it was more than typical hunger pangs. And it looks like he dropped something when he scurried off. A sausage? It's half eaten. Looks pretty fresh too. Poor soul. I hope he finds help. I'm glad he's out of our hair. Come on, let's find a way to the shrine before we run into him again. Right, let's get the chest. This is going to be money, because it's a green chest. So if you want, we can buy some more cards now. I don't think we need to. As I said, I don't really like the Kindle Dueler. Doesn't really seem to be worth it for 3 mana. I might wanna buy some harmonies later, but I'm pretty sure I'm fine for now. I want to save up some money for a relic. You see, we have some empty slots next to our character portrait. Those are relic slots which give us passive effects. And yeah, we already have our first relic shop. I think I'm gonna skip this dialogue. Nice, because nothing story relevant is happening. I might skipping dialogue later too, to be honest. as I said, it's more a mechanics-focused game. Right, Sias, and they are sure are saying something. Right, we have training chi. I don't think I've seen that yet. Start of game, focus your hand twice. Sounds nice. And Rumbling, the start of game, redeem 2 fist cards. I remember that one. So we can redeem means we get a choice, and we can put that card into our hand. So we can always start out with 2 spells, either a Blaze Fist, which deals 2 damage, and scorches the tile, which deals further damage on that tile if another minion enters it. Demon Fist is 2 damage also, but it basically has trample. So if there's leftover damage, we can deal damage to the hero as well. Not that useful because 2 damage isn't that much, so at most you're gonna deal 1 damage if you kill a 1/1. But I like the Blaze Fist. I think before I buy a relic, I'm gonna wait to see if there's any mission that's gonna require us to have us cast certain spells or focus. So Seto, nil me approach what seems to be the trailhead to Frostfall Shrine. A woman in the thick parka stands by the path, blocking entry to a pair of would-be hikers. Okay, what voice am I gonna give her? I think that's Cardinal's voice. I'm sorry, sir, but no exceptions. No map, no entry. I know that's a deep voice, but it's way too dangerous. Look, lady. I gotta get up that mountain. It's a life or death situation. You'll be one dead if you attempt to hike without a map. And I'm all out. Tch, whatever. But I ain't giving up. Come on, Gizmo. Beep boop. Yes, Master Quill. Do you wish for me to pat your back in an attempt to soothe your frustrations? No, why do I always say the wrong thing, huh? He, the little folk, storms off, scowling. His golden companion follows closely behind. And who might you to be? More hikers? Like I said to those rascals. Yeah, we heard. No map, no entry. So, where can we get a map? I'd sell you one if I had any left, but my stock's dried up. Sold out from all the tournament goers pressing through. That's a shame. We were hoping to visit the shrine ourselves. Sorry, sir. It'll take me a few more days to draw up new ones. Though, with the unpredictable weather and all that snow, safe routes come and go. It's why I spend so much time on the trail, scouting the mountain and making sure it's as safe as possible for those looking to make the climb. That's very brave of you, miss. Name's Lucia Shipperspine. You two are a lot friendlier than that last pair. Wish I could help you. There's really nothing you can do. The tournament starts tomorrow. Well, there might be one way. I just sold my last map a few hours ago to a big thief named Lomasu. He's got a restaurant further into town, east of here. It's got these huge, tacky lobster claws sticking out of the roof. You can't miss it. He hasn't left for the climb yet, so maybe he'd be willing to part with it. Yeah, I guess it couldn't hurt to ask. Be careful though, Lomasu's quite the character. No doubt he'll make you work for that map of his. Thank you, Miss Shiverspine. Your kindness is greatly appreciated. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I've got duties to attend to. Good luck. Right, so we're getting a map from Lobster Man. And there's some money. And Blood's Illuminist. Defeat the enemy, play 2 brawler minions, both very easy to do. Trigger 1 focus effect, okay. And play 1 frost spell. So we both have a quest for a frost spell and a focus effect. I think that means I'm going to buy the focus relic, because we should get 1 frost spell at some point. But as we just saw in the last fight, getting a focus effect can take a bit. So this will help us. And I'm gonna add it. Oh, right. Do I want to put in anything new? So, what's our curve looking like right now? So curve is just the distribution of mana cost. You want to try to have basically some cheap cards play in the beginning, and as you go up, you basically always want to have something to play. And I think I'm gonna take out some of these shelf analysis. We really don't need that many 1/1s without extra effects. I think we'll be fine with 4. And so now I can put in some bullet fists, which deals damage across the board and then adds Kaze splits to our hands, which in turn add Kendos to our hand, which are 1/1s that have Hothead, so they attack immediately, and on focus 1 they gain Relentless, which means they revive. And these are a very good way to fuel all of your focus minions, because they just run in, die, and then all your other ones will run in and die twice. So this card will basically give you up to 5 focus triggers. It costs quite a bit, of course, because you have to play the 3 mana card and then the other 3 mana card and spend 3 mana on all the individual Kazes, but it is really worth it. I think I'm gonna put that in, and I'm also gonna put in some of these Belarises. 2 3s, and they can gain Dual Strike and Rush if we wait long enough. Rush is basically the stronger version of Hothead, where they can attack on the turn they are summoned on, whether or not there's a minion in front, so they can go to face as well. And I think got a lot of 3s. I think I'm gonna pull out another contender. I don't really like the contender. Most cards that scale up by being on the board aren't really worth it, because they often just die in 2 or 3 turns. Because you can't control whether a minion attacks or not, so if your minions are blocked, they will just run into it and damage themselves. Which is why most minions, I think, are good when they have some instant benefit, or maybe some passive benefit that you can immediately exploit. So, yeah, I think that's our deck for now. Gonna fight the Lapsalumist. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna keep reading the dialogue for the main story, but I'm gonna skip like the NPC schmucks, like the shopkeepers and random enemies, because I really mostly want to play the game. Okay, sausages, and they are very delicious. We of course decline because it's clearly the thing that turns things into these zombie people. And yeah, right, they noticed that too. He insists. And we throw it away. He's very angry, so now we are either going to pay or fight, and we choose to fight. We get the prison shard, we got a 1, we got a 2, we got our frost spell. I am very happy with this. Oh, I forgot to equip my relic. Well, I think we should be fine, since we immediately start out with our focus card. That should be very easy to get. So he drew a silence card, so now we have a panic button. I'm gonna spend my extra coin here because I don't want to play my 2 mana creature. That's our focus card. Right, we have our brawler mission. Our enemy is just spamming a bunch of 1/1s. If we keep Brunswick, if we keep Belarus, we will actually get our focus trigger faster than with Moki. So yeah, I think I'm fine sacrificing Moki here. And the next turn we can play Schaufel Novice and definitely get our focus trigger. At this point I am more concerned with doing those missions because the fights themselves will be pretty easy at this stage of the game. So we have only thing missing now is our frost spell. So I think I'm gonna freeze that. I haven't explained freeze yet. Freeze just causes the minion to take double damage. So this means we can deal some extra damage, and we don't have any quest for, to keep our HP low, so, high, I mean, so not concerned with taking damage, and we can end the fight right here. Any chance we are going to get more than 5 points of overkill? Maybe. I can take another 4 and end the fight with Apex Strike instead to get 9 points of overkill. Our enemy only has 1 card in hand, so we have 2 spells we can use to destroy it, and we also have something to block with. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to kill the Blood Salumist. One with higher health, of course. And next turn we can use our Apex Strike, so now I am going to clear the back row, block the front row, and turn. Right, and now it's time to end the fight. Victory! Another level up. So our next level would increase our maximum health. I don't really care about that, so I am going to take the Rhyme Pull instead. It's a 1/1 that freezes minions on attack. It's just a strict upgrade over the 1/1s we have right now. New recipe, some crafting materials. Okay. Right. Curses, curses. Yeah. Don't distribute more poisoned zombie sausages. Begging for mercy. Lily wants to punish him, but Seto's a little bit more cool-headed. Right, we're gonna let him go. And he runs away. And Lily is very upset about that, because she wanted to beat the shit out of him. Funny. Event, a love for cooking. I don't think I've seen that one in the beta. They are really into food. Everyone needs to eat. Oh. Are you actually a monk or a chef in disguise? Let's say I'm an aspiring chef. We still have much to learn. Cooking and this, we are unstoppable. Okay. New NPC, Mana Forge. This is where we can craft new cards. This cat guy will do it for us. So, money is not gonna be that much of a problem. So most of the cards you can buy in the shop are pretty free. This is where you need to be more thoughtful about your choices, because you'll have the resources to build into one archetype, but most of the time not more than one. So right now we can craft Shatter, destroy a frozen minion. That's a pretty nice effect. We combos well with the Frost Fist, of course. 2 mana, destroy any minion, very efficient, especially if we get into the late game. Of course, it costs 2 cards to use that, so it's a bit heavy on the draw, but we can pair it with the relic as well, that gives us more fists. Just redeem 2 Frost Fists, and then whenever you draw Shatter, you have to get out of the jail free cards, basically. But we can craft it right now. And Shiver Spice, I think we saw the enemy use that before. Freeze a minion, give it +2/+2, and combat start deal 1 damage to myself. And because it freezes a minion, that's obviously gonna be 2 damage to myself. So basically it buffs our attack, but it will slowly kill our minion. Maybe if we go for some kind of hyper-aggressive build, this might be nice. I don't think I want it right now. So I want to save my resources and see what we are going to unlock later. We can go up or to the right. Let's see. As Seto and Ilmi approach the northern path, they catch a scent of an alluring aroma. That smell is wonderful. It must be coming from one of the restaurants up ahead. Now I'm even hungrier, but we need to stay focused. Didn't Lucia say that Globe Master guy was east of here? Yes, you're right. Perhaps we can come back later. Okay, so can't go north yet. I'm pretty sure the way north was blocked on the left node as well, so we have to visit Lobster Guyam. Ooh, nice. That's a good bundle of resources. And now we talk to Lobmasu. Dum-de-dum, salty-sun stew, freeze 'em and fry, bring it all together and make 'em cry. Oh, that isn't right. Tears wouldn't pair well with my delicious cooking. Unless they're tears of glee. Excuse me, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. Oh, my dear boy. Nothing you could say or do is significant enough to interrupt my fiery focus. For I am the red-shelled hero chef, Lobmasu the Great. Fancy title. Make it up yourself. And you a snarky one. My title was earned through my fantastic feats in the culinary world, and by way of my heroic deeds in service of the common folk. Fried green fellow scallions, fire-roasted chops and slaw, crunch bread, coated steak, tenderloin. I've pioneered these world-famous, delectable delicacies myself, all whilst curbing crime and capturing crooks no less. That's amazing! Finn Lockley is lucky to have you. That would... Oh, sorry, wrong guy. That would be a downright understatement, my sweaty fellow. Now, what can I do for you? Make it quick, as the world sheds a tear for every minute I spend away from my stovetop. We were hoping you would be willing to part with your map to Frostfall Shrine. Yeah, we need it. Don't want to miss the big tournament. Ah, yes, the map. I was originally intending making the climb to participate myself. But when stewing it over, I decided it would be unfair to the other competitors. So, you've chickened out. Hail me! I apologize for my companion. She meant no disrespect, I'm sure. Don't fret, my dear boy. The ridicule of unremarkable strangers means little to someone as revered as myself. But seeing as I have little need for the map, perhaps we can arrange a deal of some sort. A very valuable ingredient was recently stolen from me. It's called shiver spice. And a villainous chef by the name of Itamai Takonori was the culprit. That undercooked scoundrel is trying to sabotage my business, pilfering my stores. That's terrible. What kind of person would do such a malicious thing? Lesser chefs can be ruthless. The pursuit of success can lead those of low morale fiber terribly astray. So, if we get your sugar spice back, you'll give us the map? Precisely, my fire-headed friend. Are you up to the task? You can count on it. To remedy this despicable act would be an honor, Mr. Lobmasu. Bless you, my new friends. 'Tis an inspiring thing to meet fellow heroes in the baking. You'll find the crooks skulking about a sorry excuse for a restaurant. And a crappy check north of here. I wish you luck on your mission of justice. Farewell for now. What a friendly fellow. We'll have that map in no time. Yeah, almost too friendly. Yeah, very trustworthy guy. I'm sure the fact that he's a villainous boss in the roguelike mode has nothing to do with the fact that he is very suspicious. Definitely not. Alright, so now we can go north, I think. I believe this path will lead us to Mr. Takonori. Good. Now let's put that rotten spice thief in his place. We must exercise restraint, Nomi. We aren't ruffians. These are scum. They don't deserve restraint. I suppose that's one perspective. Okay, another event and another zombie fishman. And oh, no dialogue, just didn't read the missions actually. Realizing maybe we'll restart the fight if it doesn't suit us. Play to roller minions, trigger focus. Oh, play a pyro spell. So right now the only way to get a pyro spell for us is to get the fist relic actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna forfeit the battle. Yeah, I lost. Oh no, what a tragedy. And we are gonna go back to the relic shop. And what's the recording length actually? Almost at an hour. So I think we'll do one more fight and then I'll end the episode. So gonna buy the rumble ring. Edit the deck. Kick out those shuffle novices. Put in some rhyme pause. We are going to equip Training G and Rumble Ring. You can see one of the relic slots has like a silver border. There are gonna be so-called Elder relics later on, which have especially powerful effects and are basically what shape your archetypes. That's what you build your decks around, but we don't have any of these yet. So let's fight Zombie Fish Man number 2. We get to start. Oh, actually we did have a pyro spell. Well, I guess it can't hurt to have an extra relic. So I like starting out with Jab. We can immediately ramp up our Apex Strike. Brunswick is fine, but we only need one of them. I'm running the risk of not having something to play on turn 1, but I wouldn't be that upset about it. I do want to have Moki in hand to trigger my focus relic on something. And yeah. We need a frost spell. And let's just take the Blaze Fist. Yeah, didn't draw any 1-mana minions, but again, I'm not very upset. We can stall for a couple of turns with our fist spells. Next turn we can play a Brunswick. So yeah, let's just punch it. Okay. We get a famished fish, which is good for us because that means the chicken won't attack us, and now we can block it. Get another Moki in hand, that's nice. Shiver Spice, so now this unit dies. Exactly. We have a Pyro spell, we can play a Frost spell eventually. Sure. Let's get another Brunswick, and I'm gonna put it on the left lane, hoping that my enemy put something on the burned tile. And You can have 10 cards in hand, so next turn we're gonna draw 1, and then we need to get rid of a couple of cards. Okay, we can lock that. So I'm gonna block the fish with a bulky. So they'll trade, die, and this will give us another focus trigger. I'm gonna start throwing a jab. And 9 cards in hand, we're fine. Okay. That's alright. And just as I said before, enemy places a chicken. Chicken immediately dies to the fire. We have a buffed up Loki now. And now we only need a frost spell. So I am going to play Moki. I am going to I think no, we don't want to place Belarus yet because that is lethal. Instead, I am going to put out another Brunswick because Belarus has rush, so he attacks immediately, and he has dual strike, so he'll do 4 damage. Brunswick will do 3, and I want to get in some overkill. Hopefully, he doesn't put anything here to block the Moki. He does not. So now we can get out Belarus. And I have... Oh, I want to play a Frost spell, so we'll do that. Get in 1 more pyro damage. And that's game. 14 overkill. That's 70 extra bucks. And another level up. We can either get some HP, or if we reset our tree, we can get Firestorm Fury. Deal 2 pyro damage to enemy minions. Summon a candle in any column that enemies survive. For 5 mana. So basically 2 damage to everything, and then 1 more damage to everything. This used to be stronger because candles used to have relentless unconditionally. They got nerfed to have relentless unfocus, which means that this card also got nerfed. So it's just 3 damage to everything. I think I'll just take the HP because I wanna keep my Rhyme Pause as my 1/1s. New recipe for Heart Mage, which is just a 2/3 that heals us, which we don't need right now. Maybe later if we get into a hard boss fight. But that's it for this episode. As we can see what happens here before we end it. Okay, Quill is appearing and saving us, I guess. We also ran into several zombie fish. Something in the sausages. Something fishy. Wonder who's responsible. I bet it has nothing to do with suspicious lobster guy, surely. And now they go somewhere. Alright. That's it for this episode. goodbye.